Peace to the family. It is the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. I'm here to just present the opportunity for you guys to learn yourself because you are the book. And this is what we teach every month with these Chakra Nova courses. This is a 7-month series. We've entered into the 3rd month. And this month, we'll be discussing the solar plexus in a way you've never heard before. We'll be giving you the tools. We'll be giving you the resources to activate your solar plexus safely and effectively. No more is there a bunch of rambling and a bunch of loud talk, but we are giving you direct information, giving you tangible services, as well as guided meditations by yours truly, Prime Harmonic, which will be joining me on the live today. The hope is for you to really learn yourself and activate yourself and activate your God level powers without no intermediary, without no great existential need of, struggle or none of these things. We're not talking about high level concepts. We're making this to where anybody at any part of the journey could deal with this actual course. Why? Because we're talking about the human body. We're talking about the glands, and we're talking about how to activate those glands so they become to move and operate optimally. So please join us with the links that are located in the descriptions. This takes place September 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Overflow. Or if you're busy on Saturday, you can book with us on Sunday, September 20th at the same exact time. But, it's not going to be different presentations. But generally, sometimes people might sign up for the 19th and will sign up for the 20th just because the information is so potent and the information is so right on time. So I'm inviting you all of my listeners, all of my subscribers from YouTube, Facebook, the podcast, all over the internet. If you like this content and you want to activate, this is where it's going down at www.alchemicacademic.com. And I want to thank my co-host today, Prime Harmonic and Dark Serpent. Whenever he gets back around, we will be building on a level, man, that is profound. And I just kind of want to give a shout out to you, Prime Harmonic. How you feeling today?
Let me unmute there. All right. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good.
All right. And Dark Serpent, how you feeling today?
Pretty good. I'm excited.
Okay. All right. So the reason that you clicked on this video, past all of the promo and all of the, smorgasbord of talks, you want to know what is a chakra. Okay. And you hear it all the time. You want to activate your chakras. You do all the breathing exercises, the lamb, you wear the colors and things of that nature. But do you know what a chakra is and how important it is for the development of your spiritual journey? So today we'll be talking about this. The format of this show is, we have a world-renowned engineer, a world-renowned yogi, a world-renowned master, and, in his highest eloquence is going to lay it on our ass, okay? This is not going to be an easy conversation. But in the sense of learning, I will be concentrating on everything this man says. And either I will have a question or I'll have a comment to elaborate on the things that he says. Sometimes he picks and chooses on the words that he chooses so we can understand him. I told him today, please do not pick and choose your words. Give it to us exactly how it is needed to be given so we as a family can understand what is a chakra. Does that sound good?
Yes. Yep.
All right. So let's not waste no time. What is a chakra?
All right. Simple terms. A chakra is a concentration of energy within your body. So let's talk about energy first before I go to the concentration. And we'll talk about how it's concentrated because energy moves through your body in channels. The physical representation of those channels are your veins, your nerves, bones, any long, lengthy structure, your intestines, right? And just like electricity or energy can follow over water, it also can go through your skin. It doesn't have to be a long tube. So your whole body is electromagnetic. So energy, right? Energy is a very commonly used word. It's used by people all over the world. In this case, for what we're talking about, let's try and break it down. Electromagnetic waves, such as microwaves, X-rays, anything of that nature, we can call energy. When we put radio waves into the air and you turn on your radio to a certain frequency and it's blasting music through your speakers, that's energy being broadcast from an antenna, being received by your radio antenna, and then being transmuted into a magnetic wave that bounces against the magnet of the speaker so that you can hear sound being pumped into the atmosphere, which are just pressure waves. So energy is just the movement of matter or the movement of electromagnetic waves. Matter is in and of itself just a dense form of electromagnetic waves. Matter, when we look on the universe, it collapses the waves into a particle. This is represented by Schrodinger's wave equation in quantum physics. There's the double slit experiment. Yep. So, when you look upon the universe, you manifest what you're seeing. And it's a hard concept for a lot of people to get at. But the easiest thing that I like to turn people back to is that we're 99% space. 99.999% space.
Okay.
Electron.
Let me interrupt because people is like, okay, I'm lost now. So before we not, and you perfect though. But generally, I think we got to get a thing understood. So correct me if I'm wrong. You are saying that our reality is perpetuated by our personal ability to be electric and magnetic, because these two things, when it interacts with the world around us based on our awareness, it changes the reality. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're saying that you're the root of your experience, and not the other way around.
Correct. Because
keep cooking, because I'm meditating as you speaking. I'm just trying to make sure that we in the same we playing the same game and we in the same ballpark.
Yeah. So the electric nature of your energy is that which can push or pull, right? Like you rub a balloon on your pants and then you can stick it to the wall. Static electricity does that because you've rubbed the electrons off the balloon, and now you have this positive net force on the skin of the balloon, but the electrons that were on the wall are still there. So they want to just, kind of come together. Now, negative and negative forces tend to repel each other. Positive and positive tend to repel, but positive and negative tend to attract. So it's the same thing with us. We have that capacity to attract things to us.
Wait a second, man. You blowing my mind real quick. Hold on. The balloon and the wall, depending, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a jump in, Prime. And Rod jump in whenever Spirit moves you to. But we gotta.
No, Rod got them questions cooking.
We gotta stay on top of bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because bruh is cooking, but we need this right now. Okay, so the balloon, right? If you change the magnetic structure of the balloon, its ability to attach to different structures changes. Yes. Correct? Yes. And it's not that the wall is going to be the wall. However, you could magnetize the balloon to connect to the wall or repel based upon positive and negative. So when you talk about the law of attraction or magnetism as a theory, then we have more power than we understand.
Correct.
And our chakras are related or unrelated?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay,
Heck
keep cooking, or Rod, get in there. I just want to be in the same frequency real quick.
Yeah. So when your electric part of you, all right, I got to go back a little bit, Hood. Electric and magnetic, right, are two sides of the same coin. If you have an electron and that electron is moving, let's say, away from you in space, right? Then as that electron moves away from you, the space that it goes through is going to experience a magnetic field circulating around where it was. If it's moving towards you, that field will be circulating the other way. If you had an electron moving in a circle, then you're going to create a magnetic field by the right-hand rule. Whichever way that electron is moving, it's going to make a curl, what they call a curl, and you'll get like a north field, a north magnetic field, and a south. A magnetic field is made up of north and south. All right. You'll generate a magnetic field just because that electron is moving. So moving electrons are what can create a magnetic field, and a magnetic field can make electrons move. So these are two sides of the same coin. It's just how we view them that collapses that reality into what we choose to look at. I'm gonna keep going.
So you could choose to, based upon your circular motion of your inner electronic force.
Yep.
Activating, deactivating, left or right, north or south, east or west, however you perpendiculate your energy or direct your energy, to which the ancients would say east, west, north, south. They'll reference elements as energetic pulses that activate nodal energies within your body to bring about different manifestations, to which I'll do you one better and I'll stop. They might say that the ancient civilizations are just stupider than us, right? Because they don't have all of the buildings and they don't have all of the flim flam and the whim wham, because they didn't necessarily need it, because they knew the inner dialogue system. But keep going. I just want to, we right or where I'm at?
Yeah.
I had one question. Can I ask one question real quick? Just a tiny one. Did this mystical nigga just say perpendiculate?
Google it. Google it. It felt good, man. It felt good, man. You gotta say shit. If it don't feel good, don't say it.
That's
perpendiculate,
right.
You know? It means something. Hyperbole. You know, hyperbole.
The engineering term of that is called the cross product. That's what they call it in engineering. Lord have mercy. Perpendiculate. It's cool. No, you good, man. You good. So that's called the cross product, right? When a moving electric field generates a magnetic field, the mathematic relationship that defines that is called the cross product or perpendiculate. Right, same thing.
So you saying, family? You saying because you calm and collective,
for no reason.
Like you calm and collective.
Exactly what he meant. You know what I'm saying? But Hood, I just said something because it sounded extremely provocative for no reason. You understand?
And it absolutely was. That shit didn't mean absolutely nothing. It sounded good as hell.
So I picked up on that.
Sounded, you calling me out. Thank you. Exposing me. You exposing me right now. Stop. No, but this is real heavy. You're talking about, as a matter of fact, Prime, you're talking about an electrical force.
Yep.
So electrical force is our central nervous system. That's an electrical force. Our nerves operate on an electrical basis. So our senses, our feeling, our ability to think, our ability to move, our ability to type on a computer, our ability to open up YouTube is an electrical process, correct?
Yes.
So that electrical process if understood, can turn into a magnetic process. Correct? That's what you just said.
Is.
That was hella heavy, but you so calm. It you know, it went overhead. So I just had to come through with some enthusiasm with that joint because that is amazing.
Is it correct to assume that you are describing the man spinning the wheel with the coil that generates itself from the bottom and then goes all the way up to the top, almost as if to extremely progress when it's ready to make its point or focusing on its target? Is that what you're describing?
That's part of it. That's circuitry. You're getting into circuitry now, right?
I'm just talking about the picture. You know, like when a current is being formed, you know, it starts from a dark place. You dig what I'm saying? And then it generates and gains its steam before it becomes an actual, you know, that's what I'm describing, like the part with the man spinning the wheel and it's going up the ladder until it finally gives you the light bulb that lights up. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what I'm
saying.
That's all. Just a picture of it. You know what I'm saying? You're going from nothing to something and you're combining opposites. You know what I'm saying? Basically. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the physical level, your nervous system, right, has ionic channels, and an ion is just a chemical substance that has a net positive or a net negative charge, or matter. It doesn't have to be a so-called organic chemical substance, but in your body, you have ion channels. So, for example, sodium and potassium. We've all heard that sodium kind of makes you get nervous. It contracts, right? It's, you know, makes your vessels contract, and potassium helps to release them. That's why people say eat a banana after you work out or whatever, right? So sodium tends to constrict certain vessels in your body because your body has receptors for those sodium ions, and the potassium ions tend to help relax them. The nerves that make those channels active, that are ready to receive those ions for whatever your body's doing, shoot electronic current, because your soma, or the nerve cell, every nerve cell is made up of a soma with dendrites, like a tree branch going to it, and there's an axon, like the trunk and the root. So when the dendrites are getting information from the world, it makes the cell membrane have a different feeling, like rubbing that balloon. And then it becomes a different electric potential than what's in the middle of the cell. And sooner or later, you get like basically you could think of it as a little piece of lightning from the cell membrane to the cell body on the inside. And when enough of that happens, then the cell body causes the axon to fire. You get enough of a change in potential, and then you get a change of electricity traveling down the neural axon, which will then activate muscles or nerves or vessels, whatever else, right? So,
like you talking, I'm listening. My like my neck is like tilting back, and then you kind of hit it home, and then I start to nod, and because it's filling up of like I'm understanding what you're saying, I'm following what you're saying, and then when I get it, I start to nod with you, which is all impulsive, is all electrical. But go ahead.
It's chemical, it's electrical, it's mechanical, it's bioelectric, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever name you give it, you can break it down to electromagnetics. And every time ion channels move ions in your body, or electricity pulses through your nervous system, if your nervous system is sending an electric charge from the cell body through the axon down to some other neuron, then you've just created a magnetic field. Once that electricity transfers from the cell body to the bottom of the axon, you've created a magnetic field. And by the same token, you have copper in your blood. You have, iron in your blood. You have all metals. Kinds of minerals, right? So these metals, a lot of them are paramagnetic, right? They can react to magnetic fields.
All right, paramagnetic. Bloop, bloop, boom, 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 boom. Paramagnetic is.
Hang in there, Ryan. All right. So paramagnetic means it's not exactly magnetic, but it can be influenced by a magnetic field. So water is paramagnetic. If you put a bunch of particles in water and then you put a magnet by that water, you might see the particles move. And it might not make a difference whether you use the North or South Pole. It's just that you have a magnet there. And that is paramagnetism. When something is truly magnetic, then the atoms within that structure either line up or realign when they're in the face of a magnetic field, like iron. You put a magnet to iron, pump, it's going to stick. You put metal into a glass of water, you can pull it. Put a magnet into a glass of water to pull out.
Help me understand paramagnetic. So water could be magnetic in the space of, I could do Dr. Ichimoto energy and be like, I love you, water. You're the greatest water ever. And then it's like, oh, you love me? I love you too. You shouldn't really, I'll just be water, but now I'm going to just give you love, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So it's paramagnetic, meaning it doesn't necessarily have to abide by any particular laws. So in reference to paramagnetic as a reference to the chakras, because I just wanted to get a clear definition on that. Does that seem about right?
Yeah, you could think of paramagnetic as a weak magnetism, and it doesn't always necessarily rely on whether you have a North or South Pole. Magnetism is a more stronger
matter of fact. If I put these two metals, it ain't I don't necessarily know if we want to connect today. It is Tuesday and it is that time of the month, so we ain't gonna do it. No, it's going to connect and clank. That's magnetism. So it becomes a law versus a either or. Playing with it.
So all of this is going on in your body on a physical level. Now, the dense matter in our body is made up of atoms or molecules, right? Carbon, hydrogen, potassium, phosphorus, all of the organic molecules that make us up are made up of atoms, which are protons and neutrons surrounded by an electric field or an electron, in subspace around that neutron and proton body. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm mixing it up with the cell body. Neuron, neutron, very similar, right? Anyway,
Jimmy,
you got all of these atoms within you making up these different compounds, but when you break it down, they're still all electromagnetic because it all breaks down to electrons and protons. So we are subtle music makers of electromagnetic fields, and all of us vibrate differently. We produce different signals, and different signals affect us in different ways, but it can all be broken down to electromagnetics. It's just real subtle to look at.
Let's bring it to real life. Have you ever seen a celebrity in real time before, like face to face in the same?
Yeah, man.
Have you noticed that their energy, for real? I seen the Migos. I used to work at a hotel. You know what I'm saying? So I seen a few celebrities, but what I notice about celebrities is that they have a specific aura around them. They have a specific demeanor about them.
Magnetism.
A different type of beauty about them that kind of, it's like if you perform, right? And you tried to perform and you like, well, this is very hard to do this in front of all of these people. And then you look at a performer that's doing it as a profession.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, you got something. And you good too, like you know what I'm saying? It's like you think about an electromagnetic field as a person throwing you roses after some shit, and then when I walk through, people like ew.
Exactly. You talking about reading people's auras,
Go ahead.
So the aura so you have all of these little tiny electromagnetic happenings within you, right? Now that's what in engineering we call that near field, right? So near field, everybody it has this jumbled up thing going on with all of their energy and their magnetism or electronics, right? in the near field, it can look quite messy. But when you go far field, when you start to step away from a person, you know, you get a different kind of signal. And if you've ever walked
Damn it,
up on
man.
somebody, right?
Damn it, man. That's how when you see people online
Yeah.
and they look so good and then you get
Yeah.
up close to them, you're like, you was a hot mess. I'm speaking for myself, but go ahead. I digress.
So, you know, it's the same thing when you're approaching people on the street and you get like a hit, like a feeling off of them, right? That's real. You just felt an electromagnetic pulse from them, and you've probably sent one out to them. But you know, you don't really get confirmation of those things until you get to know them, until you get closer, until you start communicating. But your aura is already interacting with the person. And, you know, the Lynn McTaggart's book called The Field, she explains this, and I think there's a name for it, and I'm forgetting right now. But the whole world is connected. There's an earth aura, which we are a part of. And there's a human aura. Within that human aura, when you break it down, then you get the individual humans, you know? So all of these electromagnetic fields around creation are all existing and mixing together. And within us, there are certain concentration points for that energy. And that's when we start to get into the chakras, like where the channels start to cross over.
I really see a whole bunch of pluses and minuses. Like I'm meditating, and then you have me in like a oversoul vibration. I'm looking down on the earth, and I'm just seeing motherfuckers cling to people, and we're like bing, bang, bing, 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 like pluses and minuses. Just, and we don't know what the hell is going on. Why does this keep happening to me? Are you a plus or a minus?
Yep. Exactly.
Or neutral.
And it's the same thing with situations, right? A situation has a certain electromagnetic capacity. If that situation is you losing your keys all the time, right? And you worried about losing your keys all the time, then you magnetizing, you know, losing your keys. But then if you, right? But then if you change that vibration, right? If you think, okay, I'm gonna make a spot for my keys and I'm gonna be diligent about leaving them in this spot, then your mind will always start to get trained and say, okay, they got to be in this spot. And when they're not in this spot, so then if you get into the habit of leaving them there and one day you don't, your mind's going to be bugging you. It's going to be like, hey, you ain't put your keys in the spot. You ain't put your keys in the spot. It's all, you know, about the flow of that training. So even though we are circuitry, electromagnetically speaking, you know, we are soft circuitry. We are liquid. If you don't drink enough water, your circuits ain't going to be working good. Oh, Ra gas.
So correct me if I'm wrong. It kind of sounds like you're saying magnetism is a really fancy way of saying manifest.
Or manifest is a really fancy way to say magnetism.
Magnetism, right.
I wasn't talking to you.
We can't get at people false information. Know, we ain't like these other channels.
But Rob, I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't done with my question. Like, okay, so, and correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like you're describing the entire table of periodic elements. Yes, it sounds like you're describing the entire decimal system. It sounds like you're describing the entire Fibonacci suite sequence. Yeah. It sounds like you're describing all of things wrapped into one. Like, am I getting that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. I see Wild Harmony's question, can a person be born or naturally have certain chakras larger than others? Think of so before I answer that, let me change your question a little bit. We are like, again, we're mostly space. We're 99.9% space, right? So you are your energy being or your electromagnetic being, right? To say that, you know, you have a chakra or a collection point of energy and then to call it large or small is almost a misnomer. So it's like if you were walking down the street and somebody was blasting music, you know, from a radio station, you wouldn't say, oh, that's some large music, right? And then if the next car was playing it real softly, oh, that's some small music, right? It's all the same music. It's about which one is turning it up more than the other, right? So you, as an electromagnetic being, can choose to tune into certain frequencies or manifest certain frequencies or have things happen in your life. And if you tend to rely more on, let's say, the root chakra represents survival, security kind of stuff, right? If you tend to be the type of person that's like, no, I gotta be in a house, I have to be in a house, right? Then for you, you might be drawing more energy into that center, and it might make it look big to someone who sees auras, but it's really a flux of energy more so than it is a container of energy. So how much energy are you representing through that chakra? How much are you receiving? You know, how far do you have the volume up, as opposed to, you know, how much are you turning it down? So it's not like the energy isn't there. Like, you know, it's all around us. It's just a matter of how much are you fluxing through yourself at one time.
Can a fat person be spiritual, or is it only reserved for skinny people?
I know some real spiritual fat people.
I'm joking. I know, man. But I thought you was talking about me,
Dog.
No. But we talking about energy. In there. to myself. No, but listen, we talking about energy. We talking about chakras, and what the is a chakra, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these concepts will be like, well, Prime, do I have enough money to have chakra? Prime, do I live in the right neighborhood to have chakras? No, Prime.
Right.
You don't know. I've been, you know, it could get serious. Right. I've been hurt as a child. Can I still activate my chakras?
Yeah.
No, Prime. I'm a factory worker. Can I activate my chakras? Because, you know, they treat factory workers worse.
Right.
No, wait a second. Prime, I'm black. Can I activate my chakras? Prime, I'm a man. Can I activate my chakras? Prime, I'm a woman. Can I activate? No, the one you'll probably hate the most. I'm a white guy. White guy. Can I activate my chakras? So we're referencing energy.
Yo, does this shit make me some kind of fucking hippie or something?
Well, what about Jesus? Does Jesus want us to activate our chakras?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta walk around with them holy ass pants and shit, and with some motherfucking flip flops with the line that goes through my toes. Like, am I supposed to walk? Like, what am I supposed to do, bro? Like,
all right,
tell me, bro.
You right.
Help us out.
Let me back up a little bit. So, just like every human, again, remember, our energy is flowing throughout our body. It might look like we're solid, but we have a lot of electromagnetic energy flowing throughout us, making the fabric that is us. Now, we have an energetic fabric, and we have what we would call a physical fabric, right? And they all correspond. So when a human is born and their endocrine system forms, everywhere you have an endocrine gland, you have what people call chakras, because you have intersecting energies. Sadhguru says it's where you have three nadis, or three energy channels, major energy channels forming. And some people say you have hundreds, and some people say you have thousands of chakras, right? The common numbers are 7 and 108, but they're, for every system, they're typically all agree that we have 7 major chakras.
I got 50,000 chakras.
That's right. Check my chakras out.
I got way more chakras than y'all, just to let y'all know.
Yeah, man.
It is a contest.
I would just like to say, you don't know what my chakra game be like. You better check my resume.
Yeah, my chakra game is off the chain, son.
I'm about that chakra life. Word up. I'm about that chakra life. If you
All
come
right,
on
bro.
this side, you gonna get that chakra power. I'm about that chakra life.
That's a new one, man. That's one to coin. So we all have these nodes, these points where the energies kind of coalesce. But for us, it's like, it's where we draw in those energies. If we want security, we tend to use that area around the root chakra to bring in the electromagnetic energies that correspond with security. If we want good emotional balance, we'll tend to use the Swadhisthana chakra or the sacral chakra and draw in energy in that location. If we want to be information gatherers, if we want to have power, if we want to learn how to control our will or not be subjected to the will of others, then we draw in energy to that Manipura chakra. When we start to learn to have compassion for other people and other creatures and endeavors of other people, then we start to draw in that heart energy, the Anahata chakra, right? Go ahead, Ra.
No, I was going to say, it sounds like you're not only describing the 7 chakras, but you're also describing the 7 days of the week, included with the 7 planets, included with the 7 so-called deadly sins, included with... No, but I digress. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good, man. And see, that's one of the things, like every time I hear 7 of something, you right. That's one of the first things I corresponded to. I'd be like,
churches in Asia.
Yeah. Yep. I don't always know those correlations. Like, you got to talk to Hood about that one. I studied the.
That's why I made reference to it, because he would be the 7 planets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've studied the physics, but
it's no direct correlation though, and that's by design. However, I deal with astrology, I deal with spiritualism, and all of this types of things. But this is the most profound work ever. Why? It's because we're dealing with the body. That's the true occult. If you tell me the occult is a bunch of niggas with hoods on, doing rituals, drinking blood, doing spells,
that's the fake shit. That's the fake shit.
Boyfriend back, all that shit, you can go to hell with that.
Yeah, that's that Lovecraft shit. Nah, y'all can have that.
Yeah, y'all can have the goblins and monsters and all that. Y'all can have a social club, and y'all can
Y'all should all stand in the corner and fight over the blob. That's what y'all should do. Stand in the corner and fight the blob. That's what y'all should do.
That's not a cult to me. A cult, my developing concept is that all of these things that we reference, that we call astrology, that we call mythology, that we call spiritualism, that we call the occult, is nothing but your body. For which, if you want to get to some amazing shit in this realm, right? This is something that I've been developing. If this is something I've come to realize, that I gotta get this body together. I gotta understand this body, and I gotta treat this body right.
Yep.
Fuck everything else. You know what I'm saying? Call me the deepest nigga on YouTube or don't. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. If I'm not right and exact with my occultism, meaning my within, then I'm not right exact with nothing that I got going on, period. So, sometimes my wife would be talking about, damn, boy, you doing these videos, you doing this, you doing that. And she the one that's cooking for me. She like, okay, this vegan stuff is not, it ain't to be fucked with, huh? I'm like, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of we gonna get into the solar plexus, and I think the number one thing that I learned about the solar plexus from day one was that if your diet ain't right, if you want to eat processed,
if it ain't right for you,
if you want to eat sugars and processed food, but then activate your solar plexus chakra, it ain't to say you got to eat this or that. No, I'm saying specific harmful shit.
Yeah. Got you.
With the solar plexus. So I don't know why I got on that. I don't know. I'm just kind of
because we were talking, we were heading that way. So I was trying to I guess better answer Wild Harmony's question. Like, you can tell when people focus more of their energy into a chakra than others, right? You know who the geeks are. because they living in their upper body, they living in their head, they're trying to intuit, they in their third eye, they, the book smart people that ain't taking care of the rest of their body, right? You can tell who the good dancers are because that
low-key subbing me this whole entire
man. I'm an engineer, man. What could I?
like,
I'm a geek.
I'm feeling attacked, but I digress.
You could tell who the dancers are.
Yeah,
I'm
liking his jab game because that came from behind. That was a dope jab, right?
He is good, man.
Oh man, y'all tripping. So like security people, right? Like if you've ever seen
that ball good.
I ain't talking about. Don't get me wrong. I ain't talking about like mall security. I'm talking about like real professional type security people. When they walk into a room or when you see them standing around, the first thing you might see when you see how they look is that you can't shake them. They ain't shook, right? That's how it go. When you walk in certain places in the hood and you ain't shaking, people know, all right, you supposed to be here or you about it, right? That's that root chakra.
Or hi guys, have you seen Tim Dog?
Blam 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 blam. Sorry.
Generally, not all the time, but generally.
My bad, bro. I know Rod's like, why'd you take it all the way there, Prime?
What hood you from, Prime? Y'all body and actually.
That's crazy because that's the same guy you can't even get the curse, right? Like that's the guy that just killed somebody before he cursed. I just want to point that out.
That dark serpent side here be suppressing. You
bad, man.
See, Ra suppresses his genius, and Dark Serpent or Prime suppresses his
dark serpent.
Dark serpent. Yeah. That's why y'all twins.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
Shit is crazy.
So yeah, how much so think about it like this, right? The universe, okay. So I have to tie it back into a metaphysical concept.
Mm-hmm.
People, no matter who you are, if you believe in a higher power, most people that believe in that higher power will say that higher power is infinite, is everywhere, omnipresent, omniscient, right? That higher power is what we all draw from. So at any time, without, like you say, Hood, without an intermediate, without a go-between, you can draw from that power to recharge your chakras, recharge your energy centers. And some people just tend to use more of one center than the other, or more of one flavor of electromagnetism than another. But we all use all flavors of electromagnetism at some point in our lives. So you can never really have a blocked chakra. You just have one that you don't utilize that much. And
so you mean to tell me that person that said I just need to wear more orange and my life was going to be better was lying to me?
I ain't gonna say they lying, but they looking at it the wrong way.
I ain't gonna say he saw you coming. I ain't gonna say he saw you coming, but he saw you coming.
Oh man. So it helps, right? It helps. It helps. You don't need it, but it's what Bashar, the guy, what's his name? Daryl Lanka, who channels Bashar. Bashar calls it a permission slip, right? So yeah, if you're looking at your sacral chakra and you're getting some orange and getting your carnelian crystals and whatever else, right? All you're doing is picking up the vibe of those things. So the vibe of the color orange will help you tune in better to that sacral energy, and you can pull it in better. But it doesn't mean that you need that in order to do that. Yes, right. Yes.
You talked about picking up crystals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we picking them up from the Marie Laveau in Eve's Bayou, or are we picking them up from the Marie Laveau in American Horror Story? Because I want to get some crystals too. I just want to know which one we're going to see.
Personally, I get my quartz from Rock Creek Park, sir.
I get mine from Etsy.
I was getting my shit from Etsy too until I got this real forwarding and provocative email from ColombianExchange.com, and no shameless cap, I had to buy mine from there. Like he really wasn't gonna pay me unless I brought mine.
Spiritual
So.
shop. Yeah, ColombianExchange.com.
Get that golden smile, Hood. You got to say that one more time, bro.
Your one-stop spiritual shop. Shop now, ColombianExchange.com. The link is in the description.
Yes. So, yeah, man. So it's like really until you get to the point where you don't need the permission slip, then for example, I used to use a pendulum to help me find things that I lost. Then I lost my pendulum.
Then what you use to find that?
Thank you for asking. So I sat down.
No, that's not the right question. That's not the right question. First of all, I'm from the projects. I ain't never read a book past 6th grade. What the fuck is a pendulum? How about that?
All right.
Take us from step one.
So a pendulum, right? When you use a pendulum, you hold it away from your body, and it's just a weight on a string. And if you're just relaxed and you hold your wrist, relaxed and limp, it should vibrate according to your subtle energy. That's why you hold it away from your body, because you're querying your subtle energy. And if you say, is my name, so-and-so, right? It should swing a certain way. And that way, you learn your pendulum language. And that means yes. If you say, am I a cat? It should swing another way. And that means no. So, there's whole books on how to use pendulums. So that's just a simple example. And for me, I got to the point where I was using them to triangulate.
What about when you see somebody that owe you money?
You don't need no pendulum for that, bro. You just trying to get me to talk from the street stuff. All right. When you see somebody that owe you money, you never let them see you coming.
So you was referencing triangulating. So we write alignment, triangulating the person that owe you money. Where is this nigga at?
Yes. So I sat down and I said, okay, I don't have my pendulum. I'm looking for something and I don't have my pendulum. And then I thought, damn it, it's within me, because I'm asking my electromagnetic field that's not caught up in the drama of here and now, looking for what I'm looking for. I'm asking for that part of me that's not caught up in that. Where's my stuff? And I thought, why do I need the pendulum to do that? So I said, okay, let me just start moving around and try to tap into that feeling as though I have the pendulum. And sure enough, as I'm walking around, I'm doing stuff, totally unrelated stuff, but one thing leads to another, and there's that watch I was looking for, right? But you got to tap into that feeling. It's a frequency. It's a vibe. It's a music station, whatever you want to call it. But you don't need the pendulum. You don't need the orange shirt. You don't need the crystal. You don't need any of that. But it's okay to use it as long as you understand that the magic is not in it. It is just helping you to attune yourself to be able to receive the information.
To block out the noise of the universe. So
yeah.
I'm having a download of the conscious experience, to which, I give y'all hell for y'all braids and y'all goddamn metal glasses and things of that nature. But what they are doing, so your individual sigils and technology, crystals, and however you want to adorn yourself consciously, you are reducing the noise frequency of Cardi B, WAP, and doing the WAP, and all of these particular juxtapositions and impositions and inquisitions on your energy. You might vibrate at a particular level that you need to find. So these modalities help you see it, for which you know, you might look like a clown to your family members, but you are attuning to a frequency within.
Right.
So, you know, I apologize for talking shit.
No, you good. It's like the fisherman who puts on the polarized glasses. You know, it's a sunny day and his boys are like, "What you putting on shades for? How you gonna see?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." But with them polarized glasses, he can see the light in a different way and he can see where the fish is at, so he know where to drop that pole. No nasty joking.
So we got a question from Regina. Hopefully she's still on the line. Can you balance all of your chakras at one time? Or do you take a gradual approach and join the Chakra Nova courses month to month? How you do it?
Yeah. So it's more like a two-step process, because balancing chakras implies that you're pushing the same amount of current or your energy or God energy through each one. If you don't use them that way, then you shouldn't be balancing them that way. You need to balance them how you use them. So say, man, I got to get a good example. Let's say, say you go into an international market and you got 7 forms of currency. You got yen, rupees, dollars, francs, whatever else, right? And you got a particular type of vendor you like to buy from. Maybe the vendor you like to buy from is from the UK and you like to get more of their stuff. So you ain't gonna go shopping with a whole bunch of rupees when you know you're going for the UK. You're gonna have more pounds with you. You ain't gonna have more yen or whatever. You're gonna have more pounds because you know the vendor you want to see is coming from the UK. So it's the same way with chakras. You utilize your energy in a certain way. So balance really means, number one, trying to utilize your energy in a balanced way. So then to say, can you balance them all at once? First, you have to learn to use them.
Balance 7 plates on
Right.
all of your appendages.
Right. First, you got to learn how to use each one. You have to learn how you use each one and whether or not you use it in a way that needs reinforcing, needs toning down, needs shaping, right? Because every one is going to be different. And when you realize individually how you use each one, then the balancing is natural, because you will automatically refill your cup as you need to, but you'll know when you need to because you've learned to use them correctly. And the way to learn to use them correctly is to get intimate and familiar with each one as a unit, right? That's why we're not doing this like a 7-day workshop or a 1-day workshop. We're taking a whole month for people to get used to the particular chakra that we're dealing with, because you need that kind of time to actually feel the difference between that chakra and whatever else is going on in your body. And then once you learn to feel what it feels like to energize and realize each chakra, the balancing is going to be when you step into your life situation and think, okay, I need to handle this situation with a little more security or a little more compassion. You'll be able to pull from that energy, from that chakra, as easily as you want to, because you understand what's needed in that situation more so than having all of them balanced.
Man, somebody get this man a round of applause, man. Come on now, let's stop playing. Let's stop playing, man. Y'all not listening to what this man is saying, man. I gotta just interrupt you and just give you a flower, and thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having the workshops, man. When you first hit us up with that idea, I was like, man, yes, it's needed, and like I told Ra, I don't have all of the metaphysical hookups. You got a lot of information dealing with and the gematria and tying it all into like world events and stuff. That's a skill, that's a talent that I wish I had, but I don't need it because we working together.
Conspiracy theorist, but
right. So, yes, the way to balance all of your chakras at once, the after you've learned, and this is why I say it's a two-part thing, after you've learned to handle and realize each one, and then learn how you use them in different situations, there are techniques. The number one easiest technique is called Nirmani Nadi Shuddhi, where you do the alternate nostril breathing. And what that does is engage two of your energy channels, your Ida and Pingala. And the physical representation of them would be like your aorta and your vena are the two major blood vessels running through the middle of your body. One's a vein, one's an artery. So when you do that alternate nostril breathing, it's called cleansing the psychic channels is what it's for. And when you do that, it balances out the masculine, feminine aspects of your chakras. If you do it well and you do it enough, then you kind of calm your whole self down. But again, even if you balance out your energies, when you step out into a situation, when you step out into your day and something happens that engages a particular part of you, do you want to respond with everything? Do you have to bring the big hammer when all you might need is a little sewing needle to, close a hole, right? It's going to be your choice. What you're seeking more so than the energetic balance of those nodes within your body is your energetic budget. Which currency am I pulling from to handle this situation?
Let me interrupt. So energy, electromagnetic, pulling from source, infinite. However, I generally feel a pull or a tug when I'm pulling and tugging on energy. So my experience is that energy, albeit infinite, has a particular drag to it if you overuse it. So in your understanding, is what's the relation between infinite source and I'm feeling drained?
Yeah, that's like if you're feeling drained, then you're neglecting some other part of your life. Like, when people tend to take their energy and put it all into one area, it's not that you're going to run out of resources or run out of energy. That tug that you're feeling is that neglect of the other stuff. So it's like I was telling my wife this, Oh no, I was talking to my twin, Olakun. I was talking to him yesterday.
Shade to the God.
Yeah, he was talking about doing he's doing like day trading and some other stuff right now for his like major income, but he wants to get back into some of his artwork and some other things. And I said, just grab a pad and keep it by you. And every time you take a break from doing that day trading or whatever, just take a 5-minute or 10-minute break and draw something in that pad or write something down towards that goal, right? So what people don't realize is that they don't have to do the whole chunk of whatever they feel is being neglected in their life. Just plant a seed. It could be a micro chunk. It could be a drawing on a postcard piece of paper, right? Just keep putting a little chip in that basket. So then when you do that, and you go back to whatever your daily grind is, your mind is going to be like, yeah, I put that seed in there. I'm good. I'm not feeling like this is draining me because I did what I had to do over here. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. And the way not to feel drained is to do something towards what you feel you're neglecting,
Like work out, but I digress.
Yeah.
Always throwing them subtle jabs, man. Enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. So we've been talking for about an hour, man. I think that's pretty much. We don't want to, people got things to do, and we don't want to take up their time and energy. But I do appreciate y'all for y'all time and energy for making this a lively share. And I just want to invite people to join us, man. I really want y'all to join us. This is not what we'll be doing. We won't be. It's fun. It's an enjoyable experience, but we getting down to business, okay? So a lot of people don't know what the sacral chakra is, or I'm sorry, a lot of people don't know what the sacral chakra is. A lot of people don't know what the solar plexus chakra is. We are dealing with the cosmology, the occult, hidden energy of the body. All of the deities, all of the spirit guides, all of these things represent energy that resides within your damn self. So if you're not able to understand it and pinpoint it, like Prime said, How do I assert my dominance in this situation? Not dominance like I'm gonna take over, but assertiveness, confidence, source, whether I need to turn my source up or turn my source down. You know what I'm saying? I need to relax. I'm too turned up. Like me, I'm too turned up. I need to kind of chill out for a second. So I'm going to just do something to relax my energy. So with this all being said, man, understanding the solar plexus, Plaxicoburus, solar plexus is clutch. What I'm saying is nobody knows what the solar plexus represents, how important it is. People say the subconscious mind. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you know that that's your solar plexus? Or you? I know you thought your subconscious mind was in your head. I did too.
Right.
I did too. So understand
that wheel.
Abdominal brain. I had to dig for this information. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just no surface internet stuff. You know, we edited. We worked through this handbook. It's going into print this week. You know, so the book is done. The slides is getting done. And we are delivering a presentation where we explain the solar plexus. Because it's a hard thing to explain. It's a hard thing to understand. And if you think by drinking or drinking yellow juices, wearing yellow clothes, carrying yellow stones is going to activate your solar plexus, you're probably wondering why your solar plexus isn't activated yet, or because you don't know what it is. We're just bringing your awareness to these things energetically, physically, biologically, meditatively. Is that a word? If not, I made it.
It's a word now.
Word now. We are doing things, okay? So alchemic academic, I need y'all to sign up because I'm paying these dudes. And if y'all don't sign up, I'm gonna have to go in my own pocket. Please don't make I got 4 kids, fam. So please sign up. September 19th. I ain't too proud to beg Prime. I ain't too proud to beg Dark Serpent. You know what I'm saying? Sign up, please. You know what I'm saying? We need you there. We need to share this information. We need you to understand this information and tell this information to your children. Tell this information to your partners. Because we're talking about the body. So there is no prerequisite. There is no should you, we just trying to bring the deepest understanding and the deepest clarity without no mumbo jumbo. And we got the question and answer. So this is why you want to sign up for the live so you can take place in the question and answers, because we might go to 8. We might go to 9. It just depends on how lit the questions is. But we're going to sit there and answer the questions so you can take the information personally. Now, it'll be available post live, but you won't be able to ask the questions when it's all there, all the information. We on fire. Why? Because the element of fire is the solar plexus. So if you want a lit experience, you want to join us September 19th, September 20th.
Yep.
If I sound excited about it, it's because I am.
Yeah.
If I'm extra pressing for you to sign up, it's because I'm pressing your ass. I don't ask y'all for shit. You understand? I'm asking y'all, please sign up September 19th, September 20th, because we are going in. Shantae, I love you too. Okay. So, shout out to the Astro Queen. We not playing. We're not playing.
So it sounds like
I digress.
It sounds like we're saying awareness, acknowledgement, then proper diagnosis, followed by practical and disciplined implementation connected with alignment to goals and desires.
You making a beautiful chemical formula, but I like the subtraction part. We getting rid of all fucking mumbo jumbo.
Yeah,
that's another important part of this concoction that you're cooking up.
Yeah,
no existential bullshit. Right.
Yep. We taking flight.
Yeah, I'm saying the doors is open. Because we gonna finish this project and it's going to grow, and y'all will watch us grow and watch us fly. And don't say we ain't fucking tell you so. Mm-hmm. At this particular point in time. Mm-hmm. People telling you existential things that you need to do, you need to delete them, block them, move to a different country. If people are relating this journey to your body, you need to sit your ass down and take some notes. Yeah. Because all this existential shit might be gone
Yep.
Reference California. If you think I'm playing, reference a wildfire map. If you think I'm playing, all of this existential shit might be no more. So once it's all gone, what do you have?
Yourself. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You have your chakras and your understanding of your electromagnetic sphere, because it ain't over. It's just in order for a new world to be created, the old world gotta go. So it ain't over. It's a new beginning.
How about the fly shit? If you actually really knew how to mess with this stuff, you could spontaneous combust on your own and do it on your own. Like, you don't need nobody else.
Listen, I don't want to get extremely deep, but I'm not. But you don't need it. I'll just say that. You don't need anything.
Yeah.
You need an understanding how large are we energetically, Prime?
Oh God, man. All right, I'm gonna be real with you. We are everywhere. We are infinite. Energetically, we are infinite, right?
The entire idea of trying to put it into a word is disrespect.
Yeah. And a part of us,
about 99.9%. What was you referencing with that?
So if you could break down the mass and the size of a proton or a neutron or an electron, right? Theoretically, we know the mass of those things or the volume of them. And I say theoretically because, that's the smallest that we can really measure. And we're doing it based off of momentum measurements, assuming that those small particles obey the larger laws. But if they don't, but let's just assume they do, then a proton, a neutron, and an electron are so small. Like if a proton and a neutron were baseballs in the middle of a baseball field, the electron would be sitting in the nosebleed section. And that would be like, your hydrogen atom, right? Every other atom is, made up of similar things. So the baseball field is not there. It's just those baseballs. And everything else is empty space.
Hold on. So I'm trying to catch you. You was running fast.
I got pushed off the train.
I'm picking up Ra because he's back here. He left us.
Nah, he cut a hard corner. I thought he was going left. He went right. You know what I'm saying? I went through the car.
Okay. So energy is small and large, but it don't really exist. But it's everywhere. Damn, man. Right. I don't want to be confusing, but I'm gonna say this one more time. Energy is small and large. You can't see it, but it exists everywhere.
Yes.
Never a point in time where you'll be energetically aware of something and not be in a space of everything that is.
Correct.
You say?
So that's
correct.
So that's the same thing as me saying I love y'all and I hate y'all motherfuckers at the same time.
Yes, it exists. They both exist.
Thank you.
And it's up to us, right? It's up to us to determine how much we want to embody. How much do you want to embody? How much of that do you want to bring and anchor? How much of that vibe do you want to anchor onto the planet in this lifetime? And if you want to anchor on a significant portion of that divinity onto this planet in this lifetime, you've got to have your chakras operational, operationally optimum. Like they're operating because you're alive. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I would be described as a black hippie anyway. I'm okay with that reference.
Yeah, I am, man. I am. But operationally speaking, can we turn the volume up on them joints and get to the point where we walking underwater, flying, transporting, remote viewing, astral projection, all of that, right? All of that, that's you turning the volume up on your chakras. So how much of that infinite divinity do you want to be known for anchoring on the planet and not known by others, known by yourself?
Each and every bit of that which you have described, wrapped all into one, it just equates to fractalism. That's really all it is. Like you are a fractal.
Here y'all
You know
go.
what
Y'all,
I mean? Like,
y'all trying to start a new video. Y'all
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Like
Hey, thank
you
you,
are
family,
a
for joining us.
reflection of a reflection. So
Yeah,
you know.
okay. See, here you go. You trying to get too deep, and you talking about reflections and reflections, man. I ain't gonna ask no questions because that's gonna have an answer. And people got things to do. So y'all enjoy y'all day, enjoy y'all evening, wherever this video finds y'all. We love y'all. We just wanted to give y'all some positive energy throughout y'all day, and hopefully y'all join us on the September 19th. If you're busy on the 19th, join us on the 20th. It goes down. So peace to the family.